Watch and Power lineman jumped into action last night, saving a driver whose vehicle was swept up in frigid water and landing themselves in the hospital in the process. I caught up with them as they're recovering. Tyler Blair, Jeff Dotson, and Cameron Lacey are being held as heroes for their swift actions on Saturday night. They were sent to Thaxton to restore power, but their night ended much differently.
Well, we was probably 30 seconds from leaving the area. We was going to the next case of trouble. And we noticed a Jeep coming up the driveway. So we know there's only one way in and out of this place. And I look at Cameron in the bucket and I'm like, did he really come across that water?
Their job became a life-saving operation when the elderly man decided to cross back over the flooded road.
But he noses in and the left front tire drops down into the creek off the bridge. And immediately the rushing water swept the Jeep away. At that time, the Jeep turns upside down. It's submerged upside down for 5 or 10 seconds or so. I run back up the driveway and holler at my guys and tell them that he's in the water. The Jeep floats down 200 to 300 feet and gets lodged in between two trees. He opens the door, steps out, and immediately when he steps out, he disappears. He's got an orange toboggan on, and all we see is the toboggan floating downstream. He doesn't reemerge until he's about 50 feet downstream and actually grabs onto a tree.
By then, the trio had jumped in the water with a rope.
I get across and I get to the guy, and I can tell he's in bad shape, probably minutes away from giving out.
Despite freezing water up to their necks, they pulled the man to safety.
After we got the gentleman out of the bucket and the EMS actually put him on a stretcher and put him in the ambulance, I was trying to get back in the bucket truck to get warmed up, and I made one foot on the step, but my body wouldn't let me go any further. That's when I turned around to Jeff and I told him, I said, hey, I need to go get in one of the ambulances.
Tyler and Cameron ended up in the hospital with hypothermia. Not even 24 hours later, they're out and ready to help the rest of the thousands still without power.
We're going to be restoring the power. That's what we signed up for. That's what we do. If the power's out, we're going to get it back on. Linemen, we're a jack of all trades. If an apocalyptic situation is happening, you want a lineman somewhere close to you because we're going to get something done.